Damn.
He needs an operation like real bad. And if you're certain she's a match, do it. Take my daughter's kidney.
Done deal. Being the man of action that I am, I put it all in motion as soon as I received your frantic call.
Padre, enséñame el camino del fantasma de la justicia divina.
Damn it, Monstro, your Mexican nonsense is giving me a headache.
Millie, your problem is you can't give up on anything, even when it's time.
I need your word everything's gonna be okay.
Oh, well, look at this. Process the rest.
My boy! Why do you have a swastika tattoo on your face?
Here we go. What are you mixed up in?
Here's what you're gonna do for me.
I got 2 strikes and a swastika tattoo. Ain't no way I'm helping you kidnap some poor girl. You remember from Greenleaf? Remember how many pieces of him they found? That was Teddy being chill, man.
That's Teddy.
Being chill.
Damn, G.
I am in troubles. Help me, por favor.
You gotta dump our ass.
Dump her. It's a human being we're talking about here, man. Oh! I think you got shot.
Oh, I did.
Amigos, bienvenidos al infierno.
The baby's coming! You Nazi prick!
Ma'am, not cool calling me a Nazi. You don't know my struggle.
Oh my God, he is here, the legendary intercontinental champion of film, music, drumming, voice acting, everything in between. Jon Oswald, welcome to the show, buddy.
Hey.
Best opening I've ever had. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. We're gonna get into some of these movies, including Lowlife, which we were featuring on the show No B.S. with Bryan and Susan. But first, we've got to start at the very beginning. Where did it all start for you in film, in this acting world? Where did it all start for you?
Oh, I thought you meant where was I born? Where did it all start?
Oh, wow.
Oh my God. Man, it started in Austin, Texas, where I am right now. Started shooting Jackass type stuff in like 5th grade. Didn't everybody do that?
Oh, hell yeah. Oh shit. I think I started in college doing that when it was.
Oh, I was way before you, buddy.
You guys are braver than me. I could barely watch that show because it freaked me out.
It was a dumb guy thing. You were smarter than us.
So you were watching Jackass. What kind of stuff did you film?
I mean, I think we started filming it before. Of course, I'm going to try to take credit for it, but we started doing that before that show came out. I'm going to say that right now. They did it better than we did, of course. God, I don't know. The best part about the story is one of the guys that did it with us is one of the writers on Lowlife. We've been friends since 5th grade.
Awesome.
So that's kind of where it started. He moved to LA before I did. I actually moved there for music, to be a drummer with my then girlfriend, now wife. Wanted to play drums there, but my buddy Jake Gibson, the writer on Lowlife, kept putting me in his stuff as he got bigger and bigger. He, cast me, said, we need someone to do this part. I said, okay. At first it was nothing, but then it turned into, we need you for this movie that we're making. So I said, yes.
So you just kind of fell into this. So somebody must have saw something like, dude, this dude's got some.
I mean, kind of. I always kind of wanted to do it. When I started drumming, I got into modeling first, which my wife was in fashion, so those were easy gigs. Man, I was a mannequin in LA, just standing there, and they'd make me try clothes on. It's fit modeling, and not even taking pictures. Just try these jeans on in this warehouse to be in your underwear in front of 10 people looking at you how the jeans fit. It was weird, but it was good. I mean, it was hard to pay bills in LA playing music. So, but I always loved film. I always had the dream of doing it. So once I kind of gave up on music, I put more into film, and it was good to have friends with connections for sure.
Yeah. Did you ever have a film that inspired you to want to act in the first place?
I've been wanting to for a long time. I grew up as a goofball. So Jim Carrey, first Jim Carrey movie I saw, I was just like, it's so good.
Ooh, you boo.
Was it Ace Ventura?
It was that, yeah, the first
Yeah.
one of those. I was born in 86. When was that? 94?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that and yeah, God, and the Mask, Dumb and Dumber, my God, just my parents were super strict with movies too, so I always had to find sneaky ways to watch them. They let me listen to whatever music I wanted, but I couldn't see PG-13 when I was 12. They made me wait till I was 13. It's crazy, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. I love that you said Jim Carrey got you in that. I have a really good friend who's in the music business, and his two life-defining moments was first time he saw Jim Carrey in Ace Ventura, and first time he heard Boys to Men, and now he's a big.
We're not quite the same then. I like Boys to Men, but it didn't define me, I don't think.
So
no, Jim Carrey and God, I don't know. I remember I didn't go to many movies unless my parents went with me. So the first R-rated movie I saw in the theater was Air Force One with my dad.
Get off my plane.
And Gary Oldman just scared the shit out of me. And when I knew so little about movies back then, so I wanted to leave, but I didn't want to tell my dad. I was, the suspense was crazy. And then to see him, what did I see him in after that? True Romance, maybe? And I was like, that's you think he's Russian. You think the characters are like that when you're dumb and you're, 10 years old when I saw that? That's the first time it blew my mind. It's like, that is the same guy that's in Fifth Element, in True Romance, and the crazy Russian hacker from Air Force One. He scared the shit out of me. The first R movie I saw, I'll never forget that performance. That guy's incredible.
That's so true. It's so true that movies do that.
Mm-hmm.
I like that a lot.
Yeah, I've always been a movie nut. Even when I was doing music and touring with a band, movies, watch movies every day, my whole life. I have DVDs above me, just so many. Only guy still collecting DVDs.
No. Hey,
No,
you're
you're
talking
not.
to one right here.
Yeah,
who's still
good.
4Ks, Blu-rays, collector's editions, all of that.
My
You
guy.
have no idea.
Good. I still buy CDs on Amazon too. I just bought the new
I still buy
Busta Rhymes
CDs.
CD. Yes.
I get made fun of for buying CDs. They're like, they
I
still
do
make
too.
them. I was like, I love having. Well,
God
I have
bless
DVDs
you.
too, but yeah.
It's great.
That's the good stuff. So you mentioned all this music stuff. I want to talk about At All Costs, the Sang Lorians, LAX, and Sink to Sea, because you're drumming in these bands and they all have distinctive sounds. One's kind of like a hardcore metal, one's kind of like an electronic hard rock, one's electronic pop, and one's kind of like Third Eye Blind, Jimmy Eat World 90s rock pop.
That was the I moved to LA and I will play for anybody who I think can make money. Those guys were super nice. It was fun, but I would never have dreamed I would be, playing that. But you get to a point where you can't play for the bands you want to anymore. You moved there to do it as a living. You got to take what you can get. And that band still didn't get signed or make hardly any money. So it's a waste anyway.
But with drumming and different types of music, as well as acting in different types of roles, you've got to do you zone out? Do you get in the zone and just be whoever you are in the band, or do you adapt to the situation?
I think I feel like I'm always the same doing something. Obviously you got to change right when the camera, turns on, right when you start rolling. But no, I don't know. It's all about a vibe. I think I just I'm from Kansas, try to be down to earth, talk to your neighbors. And, my dad was the kind of guy that just starts talking to everybody in the restaurant. Dad, what the fuck are you doing?
Where in Kansas are you from?
I was born in Kansas City.
Oh, so I went to KU for 5 years.
Lawrence, did you?
Kansas.
My whole family went to K-State, so very good.
Oh, look at that! I like K-State. I've been to Manhattan.
Okay,
I've been to Walnut.
My grandparents went there. My great grandpa was a professor there. He taught meat butchering, and when would that have been? Crazy. Yeah, but grew up in Wichita, lived there for 5-6 years, moved to Austin in 94, and then was in LA the last 10 years and just got back to Austin last year. So
What brought you to Austin?
My whole family is here. My wife grew up here. My wife was born and raised here. my sister has 2 kids, my brother has 3. We just had our second, so we knew eventually we wanted to get them all back together. My wife got a job offer back here, so we came back. I miss LA. I mean, I did a lot more when I was out there, but it's nice when you got young kids to have family.
Yeah.
For
Austin's
sure.
nice,
We have dreams of going back there. Still, all my best friends are out there, so can go live in a basement if I need to. I keep those connections out there.
Very cool. No, I'm familiar with Wichita, Kansas City. I love it. I love the cheese.
Now, did you actually research all those? Did you listen to all those shitty bands I was in?
No, so I went and researched. I do my research, and I absolutely watched the YouTube videos. And dude, I actually really liked it.
You guys are legit. I like that. Oh, that's great. No, lots of different kinds of music for sure. That first band, At All Costs, that band that I joined was I was a fan of them. They were my favorite local band in Austin when I was in high school. And then their drummer leaves, and the night that guy quit, they posted it on their whatever, I think it was MySpace back then. And I got 10 calls, 10 texts. You see, you got to try out. Oh, shit. So I tried out and got the gig. It was awesome.
That is cool. And you also do a lot of voice work because you have a distinctive voice. When did you first realize that you could develop voices?
I mean, it goes back to Jim Carrey stuff too, right? He's doing funny. I always got in trouble, and even as young as 3rd, 4th grade, just for class clown, goofing off, doing funny voices, saying nasty words. I've always loved doing that, though. One of my best friends too was a linguist in college, so he'd come over and we'd flip through his textbooks. That's fun to me. I don't know.
So can you do a Jim Carrey?
No, God, no. Anyone do that?
I don't know. It'd be impressive.
No way. But I do like accents, and that was the same thing with those voiceover gigs. It was people that I had met through Lowlife or another shoot. They're like, "Wow, you're very expressive. I have a studio. Someone backed out on me. Do you want to?" Yeah, sure. Just took what gigs I could get and ended up,
What's your best accent?
What's your best accent? Oh, God.
Or your favorite one to do, really?
Yeah.
I've been trying to work on, man, Irish is so hard. And you've been reading about that movie coming out now with Emily Blunt and Christopher Walken doing his Irish accent. Have you heard it?
You take after John Kelly, and that man was mad as the full moon.
Yes.
You seen the trailer?
Yes.
Is that the Wild Mountain Time one? Yeah.
We'll not be seeing that one. But Irish is fucking hard. I watched Conor McGregor. It's just like, it's so awesome. I gotta try. It's so hard though. But no, man, the actors that you watch a movie and they have a perfect American accent, and you read, you're like, that guy's from where? You got to be kidding me. Those people blow my mind. That is incredible. I'm nowhere near that, but the little dude that played Spider-Man, what's his name? Tom Holland.
Tom Holland, yeah.
That guy's incredible.
Yeah.
Good. So let's get into Lowlife. This all came about because of Lowlife, this movie that we featured as our blind watch. So Susan and I usually
tell me, what does that mean?
So Blind to Watch is one of our segments on No B.S. where we switch off each episode and pick a movie we have never seen or never heard about, which is weird for us because we go every year to Fantastic Fest in Austin, which this Lowlife premiered at Fantasia, which is the granddaddy of all genre festivals, but we missed it at Fantastic Fest. So I saw this and I saw a luchador and I saw like, oh shit, because I'm into pro wrestling. And I was like, Susan,
I did a little research too. Husky model, among other things.
Yes, Husky model. It did happen.
I'm sure it did. You got the look. You look great.
Thank you. So we watched it, and the angelic, the spotlight, the silver lining, as Susan described it earlier, was Randy, your character, Jon Oswald. And this character, when you first meet him in Lowlife, comes out of prison in baggy pants, baggy shirt, and a gigantic swastika tattoo on his entirety of his face. Mm-hmm. But this dude is like the Yoda, the silent Bob of the movie, always spilling out the great prophetic, I guess that's the word, lines. And we had to have you on because we want a sequel that follows Randy.
Yeah.
Oh, that's all we want too. We have decided if there is a sequel, it is Randy in Mexico.
Yeah. I feel like that would be, I honestly think I would have enjoyed that more. Just it was tough until you got there. I'm going to tell you that right
You guys
now.
are kind. Yeah.
It was tough.
So tell me.
No one's ever described him as Yoda before. I like that.
No, he is. He has like these
Right.
wonderful, like philosophical lines that
Sure.
makes everything better. But
It's seemingly totally on accident because I try to play him like kind of an idiot. You know, we talked to director and I would talk. He's kind of like just a lovable puppy, kind of dumb. You love him, but you don't really know why. Can you see past
What?
it?
he's
Is
smarter. Yeah.
Is it true that you were trying to be like Eminem with the character?
A little bit. I mean, I wasn't trying to be, you know, just using his. I'm a huge Eminem fan. I started listening to him just from the beginning. So I know it's goofy. I get made fun of for that all the time, but I love him. But yeah, he's goofy. So when I read that, that's just immediately where my head went. And again, my best friend being the writer, they kind of, you know, they would have taken a bigger actor if they could have gotten one, but they wrote it with kind of me in mind, just a goofy, you know. But yes, Eminem was just.
So you knew that it was being written, but when you read the script, what was your reaction? You were like, do I have to do this out in public? Do I have to?
I mean, yes, but I also was not surprised because I had worked with this director before. Through my friend that was his writing buddy or whatever. They did all these YouTube official comedy skits, but before that, I didn't know he was a director. So he was just my buddy. And then you come to learn like, oh, this guy's pretty legit director. They always made me do the worst characters. I was the Krampus in one skit and they like painted my face black with all this muck and turned me into some Christmas freak. I'll have to send you the link to that skit. It's outrageous.
Yeah.
But they like to make me do wild stuff. So when I read, swastika on my face, it's just like, God damn it, man. And the worst part is I had a job. I was managing like a juice shop in West Hollywood. And they were telling me, can you come here to get fitted or whatever for this thing? I was like, no, I can't. I'm working today. They had to come by my juice shop and like people could tell what it was.
Yeah.
It's just like my boss sitting there just like, what is this that you're doing back here? It's terrible. But yeah, we had to put that on many times before they found just the right fit. Airbrushed every morning at like 7 a.m.
Was it easy to take off?
Mm-mm.
Oh no,
everyone got to go home and I got to sit there for about 45 extra minutes.
Oh,
They wouldn't. One night I was so tired. It was an overnight shoot. I'd work the next day. I was still working when we were shooting. So dumb. I asked him, I was like, can I just go home and go to sleep? They said, absolutely not. You are not leaving with that on your face. It was scary, man. So we shot in some rough parts of LA and I had to have someone follow me with like an umbrella. So like, we don't want these guys hanging around the park to see that. One guy did and kind of got close to set. It's like, what's up with that guy? They're just like, all right, we need to wrap this up. It was scary, but some people also thought I was like Brad Pitt. They're like, "Who's that one with the umbrella over him?" Like, it's all right.
Yeah, that's Brad Pitt. No, that's a good question, good topic to bring up as far as with your character having that on his face and shooting in public on location.
Low budget shoot, yeah. It's not like a closed set type deal. This was, a lot of these guys put in their own money. They were tired of waiting around for studios fell through. Funding fell through so many times. They just said, let's make this. They had enough friends that were good at their jobs that we got together and just shot this scrappy thing. But yeah, when you're walking around with that, it's, it's kind of a couple scary moments. Bizarre.
No, that's great. But but your character, you must have brought so much to the character to make him like really this lovable, like the unsung hero of this movie, which is like, I should say just the sung hero of this movie. Randy character is the hero of this film in every possible way. So what did you bring to this role, man? Like, because when we're watching this, you see all of this Randy character is surrounded by this depravity and this debauchery of epic proportions, this grossness. And then Randy comes in and makes everybody okay. He's like the Willy Wonka of like, it's going to be okay, man.
I just tried to play it as innocent. A lot of myself try to be. I'd like to think I'm a nice, innocent boy. But I think that's why they wanted me for it. And the director said, just, kind of, it's my first, big movie, not big, but we'd only done skits before that. Just like, don't try to overplay it because, it's the first time on set. I don't know, wasn't that comfortable. I got to watch some of the other actors in it, their first scenes who were amazing. That was also intimidating. Like, there's some legit actors here. I was kind of scared. So I just played it. I just didn't think about it. Just Sean Penn has the best advice ever. Don't ever get caught acting. So you just are there with those amazing actors and you just never break Randy. So a lot of it is myself just trying to be authentic. I love that he's just a loyal friend. God, he'll do 11 years and then he gets talked into doing more shit for Keith right there. So, he's loyal to a fault, dumb in that way, but tries to be a genuine guy just with shit luck. So you feel bad for him, but he ends up being a lovable guy. I was flattered the first time you read the script. They're like, we want you to be in our movie. Read the script. Say, okay, sure, guys. Who am I going to be? You get to the end, you're like, oh, it's like the best character.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Thank you. I love
character.
this. Yeah.
That's why, like, we were saying this before. And for me, like, the ending was like, it made it. I was like, oh God, thank God for this ending. That was good. And that's why
that wasn't the original ending. They had to rework so many things. Like, it doesn't quite work. This was months later. And they're like, oh, of course, Randy gets the mask at the end.
Oh,
right?
What was the other ending?
It's been so long, I can't remember. But yeah, anything besides that makes no sense, right?
No.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have liked that if it wasn't that.
Tarantino came to one of our screenings. He thought he was like, oh, and Randy getting it at the end. I was like, oh, I'm Randy. I didn't get to talk to him. Damn, he left right after it. But pretty cool that he saw it and liked it. But he also thought that was the best. Randy getting the mask just had to be that way.
It did. Is there anything, since you said that was your first big movie, was there anything that you took away from that experience?
Working on other sets after that, you think they're all going to be like that. We're all super close on the Lowlife set, kind of know everybody, even the lighting guy, cinematographer, all buddies, which is awesome. But you think that kind of takes away from it. My first movie, it's like, yeah, I guess it's a movie, but it's all with all my friends. Then I worked, small parts on some other shows. You're the Worst, that FX show, and Lady Dynamite, just a tiny, just like standing in the background, but seeing how those sets are run and being on set, you look back and realize it's better Lowlife was the best. And I realized those guys are super legit and good at what they do. But taking away from that, your best performance is when you're relaxed and when I don't know, it's weird to show up on a set where the director's an asshole and you don't see the actor till they come on because they're hanging out in their trailer. It's weird. It doesn't work. But Lowlife, when you have nowhere to go, so all the actors just hang out and you get to know each other. I think you feel that in the movie, just because we had to, even between takes, you're sitting there with the actor that you have all the scenes with. You're just with each other all day, every day. So it helps for sure.
That's good. That's good. And so take us through, did you get to go to Fantasia, to Canada?
Yeah.
Can you tell us about that experience being at the premiere genre festival for your movie?
Yeah, I didn't know what to expect. Thought it might be a little dinker, but I was going to go anyway. We went to some festivals after that. It's like, it's going to be like Fantasia. You're like, oh no, it's not. It's what I thought Fantasia was going to be. Man, it was awesome. The crowd was so good. I had been to Canada, but way other side, Vancouver. What a cool place Montreal is, and the people there are just down with that weird shit. It was amazing though. When I told my parents I'm going there, I said, oh, we're going too.
Yeah.
I was sitting right next to my parents for it in the premiere. It was crazy.
What did your parents think of the movie?
Oh, they loved it.
Awesome.
They'd seen all my other sketches. They've even seen that Krampus one that I'm going to send you. It's just vile as hell. No, they like that stuff. Very supportive, conservative, but supportive.
Oh, wow.
And no, the premiere was, man, it's one of the best nights of my life. It was incredible. But again, you think they're all going to be like that afterwards. Then we end up going to some dinkers. Like, yeah, I'll fly to this place for this fest, and it's cool. But Fantasia's big. You don't realize that till you go to the smaller ones after it. It was great, man. Packed house. Seemed like they loved it. It's crazy to watch.
Awesome.
Because I'd shot a lot of stuff before that, but if it's a commercial or a web series, you don't all get in a freaking theater and watch it on a big screen. It's wild.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Right.
Cool.
Let's do some fun questions. Or actually, Susan, do you have any other questions? Yeah, she does.
Yeah, actually, I am curious just because, first of all, do you call it El Monstro? Is that right? Is that his characters?
You got it.
In the movie, he's supposed to be like a hero to everybody. Do you have your own El Monstro that you looked at as like the hero of your life growing up or even now?
Oh man, that is a very good question. Who's in real life, my Monstro, huh? My rock.
Yeah.
God, probably my brother.
Yeah.
He's built like Monstro too. He was a linebacker in college briefly. No, yeah, older brother. Just I'm the youngest of three. Got a middle sister too, but he guided the flock for sure. My dad, of course, my dad's incredible too. But yeah, my brother is cool as hell. Just never done anything wrong. Brilliant, cool, fun to hang out with. Just yeah, love that guy.
He's like the Randy. He's like the Randy at the end of the movie.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, one of the reasons we moved back for family, both of my wife and our family is great. We miss LA. I wish I was working more, but was working here, then everything gets shut down anyway. So kind of would be the same back there, I gather. Odd times we're living in.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure. So here's some fun questions for you. What is the most thrilling music experience you've had both as a fan and as a musician?
Most thrilling as a fan was second or third show I ever saw at Green Day.
Well, maybe I'm the faggot America.
Oh.
Right when my parents let me start going to shows. This was probably, I was probably 12 years old. Played for 3 hours, just nonstop. And that has always stuck with me. Again, this theme I keep coming back to of seeing the best thing first and then expecting everything to be, you think all concerts are like that. Then you start going to more shows. You're like, this sucks. I played for 40 minutes. It sounded horrible, but just you go back to Green Day. That was the first time I saw a legit, loud, heavy band. And that's what got me into wanting to play music for sure. You see something like that as a kid. It was those guys are incredible still. So that's as a fan. For playing, most thrilling moment, probably playing Austin City Limits. I didn't play it with that metal band. It was that electronica thing, but man, I had always gone to that growing up in Austin, go to that festival every year just as a fan. So to be playing one year was pretty awesome. I remember being so nervous. You're so jacked up. That played to a metronome, like click track. It sounded so slow to me that I stopped my bass player. I was like, come here, something's wrong with the click track. He's like, what are you talking about? It's like, it's way too slow, isn't it? He said, no, that's the tempo. It just felt like I was playing like the slowest thing ever because you're so jacked up. But God, that was probably most thrilling, even though we played at like 9:30 in the morning. We're probably 100 people watching, but thrilling nonetheless.
Hey, maybe the best. I mean, Jimi Hendrix only played to like 5% of Woodstock because he was the last act.
Is that right?
It's the best one. Yeah. So if you ever watched
I didn't know that.
If you watched the documentary or the movie Woodstock, you could tell that everybody has gone except for maybe 1,000 people that only saw him play. He was the last act.
Wow. Never knew that. Amazing.
Also, are there any particular scenes in movies that have always stuck with you growing up that still
I'm glad you asked me about that before because I had to think about it. It's like, man.
I learned my lesson with other people, talking with other people, because
you sit there and they're like,
usually when that happens, I'll usually go and start naming mine and they'll just draw up some ones, but no, I'm glad I sent them to you.
The scene I come back to that I love so much that just came out of the blue the first time I saw it, and I went back 6-7 times in the theater just for the build up and the climax is There Will Be Blood, the bowling alley scene.
I am the third revelation. I am who the Lord has chosen.
Oh, yes.
I mean, my God. That's just already one of my favorite movies ever, but it's just a perfect scene. You feel like you know what's going to happen, but then it's a little more than it's just, I think it's a perfect scene and a perfect ending to that movie.
It's
what about you guys?
no. I mean,
Oh.
I love that scene because it's so great in that everything starts off so calm and collected and
But again,
friendly.
you feel that like this isn't right. Like
There's something off.
Yeah.
Like, why is he eating a steak in a bowling alley?
Right. But it also could have gone black. You know, some of PTA's films, they end so weird. So it could have, I was like, oh, it's about to end. And, you know, it was pretty good. And it just goes to this. You're like, oh God, this is okay. I did think this was going to happen. It's just crazy.
No, it's good.
Other ones, man, when I was thinking about that question, other ones that stuck with me since I couldn't see movies like I was telling you, R-rated ones. I was, probably a sophomore or freshman in high school, hanging out with some of my brother's friends, older guys, and stayed the night at one of the guys' places. We watched 3 movies I had never seen before, back to back to back. It was Usual Suspects, Pulp Fiction, and Seven.
Oh, good. What a
Wow.
triple feature. What a
Yeah,
triple cage
right?
match,
That guy
man.
was just like, you got to see these 3 right here. I think he's still a director. He was back then, but he fancied himself the biggest movie buff ever. He's like, these are the 3, man. At the end, you're just like, wow, those are 3 just fucking great movies. And I think back to all that. Yeah, just the climax of 7 at the end. I love that scene. Helicopter over the desert, wherever the hell they are. What's in the box?
It's good. It's good. Oh man, we could do this
Yeah.
all day. I love it.
I
So
know.
I guess to round out this this podcast with you, John, the spotlight is on you. So please tell everybody in the style of your most favorite accent where to get and watch Lowlife.
You got to tell me where to eat, where it even is.
Oh,
to
it's on
see how
Hulu.
It's on Hulu.
Hulu.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Go on down to your nearest Hulu. No, I wouldn't do that. Yeah, log into your account on the Hulu and give it a ride. Give it a go.
That's very good.
I love it. I love
It's
it.
a combination of 4 very half-ass accents, but
I like it. I like it.
I like it too.
I got to
It's
keep
good.
it down. I'm going to wake up my daughter.
Oh, no.
Well, John, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure talking with you, and we would love to have you on again.
Please, yeah. The next time I make something legit, I'll let you know. You can have me on again.
Please.
Awesome.
Yeah. Thank you. It's been
Awesome.
really
Thank
great.
you guys so much. That's means a lot. You watched it, did the research. It's cool. I'm glad some
Yeah.
people are still watching it.